Mr. President, a panel investigating corruption in Nigeria has just announced a few months ago that up to $12 billion was missing during an era that you presided over the affairs of this country. What do you have to say to that about this finding?
Well, let's get it. It wasn't a panel set up to investigate corruption. It was a panel set up to look into the operations of the Central Bank of Nigeria and to make recommendations on how to improve the working system of the central bank so that it remains responsive to the aspirations and the yearnings of the economic development of this country. Now, there are what I believe, or what I have found out, what Pius Okibo didn't say is what the Nigerian media is saying. And as an elder statesman, one of the basic common sense and elementary things of elder statesmanship is not to talk on a subject that you haven't read about, not to talk on a subject that you haven't been briefed about, and not to talk about a subject that you did not participate in articulating such a policy. So what you have now is a situation that the media is saying what he didn't say. And I am not, and the public is also not in a position to know what he said or what happened. So I think it's unfair for me to talk about it.
But can you say categorically that during your time in office there was no extra budgetary expenditure?
I think like any government in the world today, what every government is striving to control is this question of deficit. This is the greatest debate in the United States, how to control deficit and so on. And how do you come by deficit in any government expenditure as a result of this extra budgetary development and so on and so forth. So I think it's not extra budgetary. It's not, to me, it's not anything new. You can still develop in deficit to the best of my knowledge, and the important thing is to try to curtail it, and I think we did the best we can to curtail deficit. We have not been able to wipe out the deficit, and I think it's a continuation of government.
Was all the money Nigeria made properly accounted for during that period?
I want to believe that we did, and we will. And I said it as far back as 1989. I said it in 1990. I said it when I inaugurated the Transitional Council, that at any given time, the public had the right. They need to know how their money was spent, and we are, and we will be in a position to tell the public when the time comes.
How do you think the government should treat corrupt officials? Do you think they should be prosecuted? There should be a special investigative?
Well, I think the thing is that everybody, especially in our country, tries to put the problem on the doorsteps of the government. But I think, and I said it before, it is the responsibility of every Nigerian. From my little experience, and I said it before, the best we could do is to go to the source of corruption in our system and to try to see what we can do about that system. For example, we knew that one of the sources of corruption when we came in was the issue of import license. We put it off, we cancelled it. We also knew that one of the sources of corruption was having another body that oversees the activities of the farmers when it comes to selling of their products. So we deregulated that, and as a farmer, he is the master of his own products, if I may put it that way, and he can go ahead and reach the same places that the intermediaries are reaching for him. Now that eliminates whatever corrupt practices were there in this. And we also knew that wherever you have control, there is the tendency to, typical African, to pose that you are the boss. Somebody has, whatever you are doing a favor. So we decided to deregulate the whole economic system. You saw it in privatization, commercialization, so that people now should decide whether to give bribe or not. So, and we tried to educate the ordinary Nigerian that he either shouldn't give, shouldn't accept, and where he should know that both the giver and the receiver are committing an offense by law. And we encourage the Nigerians to come forward to report erring public officers. But they are not doing that, unfortunately. So they are not helping the government to try to stamp out some of these problems.
Mr. President, thank you very much indeed.
You're welcome.